Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Huddle Up here inside of the Pizza Ranch studio on the Missouri Sports Network. This is the final segment. It's been a fun show, gentlemen. Talked everything from the Cardinals, Royals, the Bears, MSU Bears, that big upset victory over Arkansas. But now we're going to get into what's going to be the highlight of tomorrow, which is the NFL Draft, which will be held in Kansas City and Union Station. They're expecting a huge crowd there. I don't even know the numbers, but it'll be a lot of people there, close to 50, 60,000 people probably or more. I won't be there. Guy, the big fella, won't be there. Coach said he's going to hang out at home, watch it at home, pop a cold one, kick his feet up, relax, and be the stud that he is. Big fella here, I'm just going to hang out and listen to it listen to a little bit on TV and kind of see how it goes. But fellas, there's a little bit of pick. The number one pick people are saying is going to be Bryce Young out of Alabama, quarterback. Too small for me. What they would call light in the tail. I don't want if he gets hit, he's going to go down and get hurt. That's going to be a problem. Guy, coach, let's start with you, coach. You picking Bryce Young number one?
Yeah, I think he'll go number one. Proven winner. I just think of the quarterbacks, and this is not a particularly talent-rich, deep talent pool as far as quarterbacks are concerned, but I think he's the best with the biggest upside. And if you're a Carolina fan, you just hope he doesn't fall in that trap of most of other Alabama quarterbacks have throughout the history or the recent history as far as drafting Alabama quarterbacks.
Coach, did you ever play JFL football and they had a weight limit?
Oh, yeah.
And if you were like between 9 and 10, you could only weigh so many pounds, 75, 85, 90 pounds. If you got to 10, you had to play heavies. They had the lights and they had the heavies.
Always had the mark, the black stripe on your helmet. Yep.
You know why they did that? No, Coach, they didn't put no black stripe. Your black stripe might have been for something else. That wasn't that. We didn't do that. we ain't had no black stripe on helmet. But you know why they did that? Because they didn't want you to get hurt playing with someone that was bigger than you. This kid's gonna get hurt, guy. He's too light in the tail. I'm not picking him number one. He's gonna play 6-7 games and will often be injured because somebody's gonna hit this kid and he's not gonna make it through a season. Big fella, what do you say, guy?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that happening, but I think just the skill set, he's going to go number one, and with Titans moving up in the draft, you could see 4 quarterbacks going in the first 4 picks with Will Levis, C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson out of Florida, and Bryce Young. That's a definite possibility. In what order? I don't know. Reddit came out today, said, "Hey, Will Levis is going to be the number one pick." And I think they're just screwing with people, and so that screwed with the people out in Vegas. They're dropping the odds now on Bryce Young and Anthony Richardson because somebody said Will Levis, and somebody like Reddit. I'd like to see 4 quarterbacks go in the first round. I mean, that's like the '83 draft, where you had Elway in that draft, and that may be the Chiefs' probably most ridiculous draft pick that year when they take the quarterback out of, was it Penn State? Oh my goodness, I can't think of his name now. He does some play-by-play now. Maybe Michigan, but anyway, that
Gerback.
No, that's the Chiefs traded for Gerback.
Okay.
What
Blackwood's?
He was a Gerback was a 49er, but I know I'm looking forward to it. I'm interested to see what the Chiefs do. I mean, if a running back falls to them, are they going to take a running back? Losing Mikael Hardman, that's going to put a lot of pressure on Kadarius Toney and some of those other guys, at the wide receiver that are coming back for the Chiefs. Sky Moore may have a big year. Kadarius Toney, maybe they get a wide receiver. Maybe they go edge rush. I don't know what they're going to do.
That's over for the Chiefs, fellas. I'm just going to put that out there. It's over for the Chiefs. I'll put $100 everybody, 99. Chiefs won't win another Super Bowl for the next 5 years. It's over with. They've had their run. They should have won 4 in a row. They didn't. They're going to be mediocre. They'll be a good team. They'll won 2 Super Bowls, and Patrick Mahomes make a ton of money. It's done. They're done. They're done. Their run is over with. And I'm telling you right now. And I just looked this up for all of you guys out there and they're listening to us. If you ever had a black strip on your helmet, like Darren had, that means you were a jerk, and you were one of the kids that people say, "Hey, don't hit him too hard. His mama's watching." That's what that black strip meant. Don't hit him too hard. Mama's watching. All right. So I don't know what that's talking about. But look, Bryce Young was mediocre all year. No one said this guy was spectacular and awesome and all this. No one said that all year. They did not win a national championship. And people are just riding this wave because it's the draft. Mel Kiper and all these guys everyone has their kind of voice and everyone wants to listen to them. Listen, don't listen to the hype. Go get you a big, solid NBA, NFL quarterback with the prototype, with the body that can last. These little quarterbacks not going to win you a Super Bowl. I'm just saying it. Tell me when the last little quarterback that won a Super Bowl. If you say Russell Wilson is not little. He's not tall, but he's not little. He's not going to do anything. He's too small. I'm going to give you a blitz, play a little man under coverage, and we're going to go to work on you. Coach, what you thinking?
Who do you take first pick then?
CJ.
Carolina needs a quarterback. No doubt about that.
Big quarterback.
CJ Stroud.
Even though he comes out of Ohio State, I take the big quarterback.
Yeah.
More like he might be more of a leftwich, you know what I'm saying? But he's bigger, stronger, but better arm, but he's just a big quarterback. Sit in the pocket. You could take a hit. Guy, outside of the quarterbacks, they got a couple other people that are out there with a couple of D linemen. Who's the first D lineman you might take?
Oh, it depends on how far they drop. Really, you're looking at, if you're going after an edge rusher, which they got to replace Frank Clark. If you go after an edge rusher, is that where you go? Do you go get and I the names right now I can't think of.
Will Anderson?
Will Anderson Jr. is probably in most drafts, he's the number one pick. End of story. Done deal. Get him signed, sealed, delivered. But
I didn't see it. I didn't see it either, DA. I didn't see him being a number one. I didn't see all the explosiveness. I didn't see that.
But I think out of this year's draft, you can't compare him to players that have already played in different draft classes. Okay. Comparing him to the draft class that he's a part of, I think he has the potential to be the best one out of this year's draft class.
Okay.
He can be a game changer.
Like Bosa, Chase Young, those guys, when they came out, I was like, whew, my Lord. Yeah. I don't know who's going to block these guys. I don't see it in this guy, but we'll see what happens. Kansas City's going to be rocking tomorrow. I can tell y'all that. If y'all want to start, I'll go with you, DAU drive. Guy,
buddy, I'm going to have the recliner in full tilt position, popcorn popped, and ready to watch the NFL draft.
Well, it wouldn't be a Huddle Up show without us talking about the Chiefaholic. And I've heard a rumor that everyone might wear his costume just to mess with the police there in Kansas City. Guy, what's the latest on my favorite Chiefs fanatic fan here, the bank robber himself? What's the latest, buddy?
He is still on the lam. They, everything I've looked up, they don't have any clue where he is. And, for him to have gotten away with robbing banks on the way to Chiefs games, he's probably pretty sharp.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough to find him. And, they do have a picture of him, but most people wouldn't recognize him because he always wore that Chiefsaholic outfit. I'm sure they put up flyers all across everywhere in Power and Light District and everywhere around the stadium and wherever they're putting this stage up that's going to hold 100,000 people. But trying to find him amongst 100,000 people in Kansas City, that's going to be tough. To do.
Well, I thought I saw him at the old Come and Go on National and Norton, but maybe not. I don't know. I thought I saw him on National and Norton. I swore it was him. He was outside juggling some balls, but maybe that wasn't him. Hey, whatever he is, should be a fun time tomorrow in Kansas City. We'll see this time next week. all our estimation and guesstimations would have probably been thrown out the window. And you're probably right. Bryce Young will probably be the #1 pick. But we'll see where the cards will fall. Hey, thank you for listening. You've been listening to Huddle Up here inside the Pizza Ranch studio on the Missouri Sports Network. The big fella there is Guy, the gentleman with the hat. He's the coach. I'm Johnny Mack. Stay tuned for next week. Come back next week. Listen to it. We'll be back. We're just having a good time. Peace. Be safe out there.
This has been a presentation of the Missouri Sports Network. Thank you for tuning in.